All right, I started this. I'm minimizing this so I don't look at anything, and I'm just gonna be, I guess, talking to this camera. All right. Nothing big. I have a story though, and I don't know how to articulate it. And I'm sorry I look crazy. Been out in the woods. It's been a good day. Been out in the woods, shit, all week. Went home Wednesday for a minute. Came back. Was out here last night. I'll be out here tonight, and then I'll go home, and I can't come back out for a minute. But like I said, let me get this stuff up. I just hit play. Okay, I just got in. I'm sure I got ticks and boogers and blood and everything else all over me. But I wanted to hit play, and I don't know if I'll edit it. I don't know how this will turn out, but you guys know that I have such a hard time telling a story, but this one was really good. And forgive wherever I look, I'm going to try not to focus on anything. I'm just looking down. And this story, if I even let this out today, because it hit so profound when it was happening. And this might be boring as shit to people. I'm done apologizing. Okay? You're either fucking watching or you're not. That's it. I don't give a shit if you like it or not. That's where I'm at. So, been working on this what have you. And I got everything I wanted to get done today. All right. I got the trim on the outside of the windows. I'm ready for the metal on the outside. And I got to do the awning and all that shit. But I got it all done. And one thing I got to do left today is clean. And so I got to clean up all this shit because my wife didn't come here because it's filthy. So our anniversary's coming up, and not a big deal or anything. I'm just saying. And so I've been thinking about stuff. And I was sitting on the deck, and I might throw pictures up there and whatever. And I was sitting on that deck I just built, and I was admiring my work and how fucking good I am, and surveying the scene. And there was a tree. There's a tree out there. Okay, I've been around that. We've owned this now a couple years, and I've been out at this property for, I'm telling you, every weekend. And there's no power, there's no running water, there's no nothing. Started in a tent out there on the hill, and I would bush hog all that, and I still do. And I just kept looking at this tree, and I know I trimmed around it the year before, okay? It's just weird. Yeah, I don't know. But I do know. I'm just nervous. So this might take as long as it takes, but maybe something will be gleaned from it. It's just funny how trees work. I started Tyndale at the very top up there. And I remember that. I remember starting that book. I think I started Tyndale up there. I started something up there at the very top. And then I read something else at the tree I'm at was talking about, And then I made there's another tree, and that's one of those demon trees, all right? And I call it demon tree. It's got the thorns. What would that be called? And it's got pretty orange wood. I'm not going to get rid of it. It's good orange wood. I can't think of the name. And then there's another. I think it's a maple. It's down here. There's different things with these trees. And I know it sounds like a fucking hippie. I don't care how it sounds. It doesn't matter how it sounds. All that matters is how it hit me. All right? And that's what I'm trying to get out. I'm not saying I'm going to fucking start wearing sandals and shit. I'm just saying it just hit me pretty heavy. All right? And it all kind of had to happen at once in order for it to, make sense. And so I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I wrote Jay. I was like, man, I need to, I gotta try to explain this. And I'm gonna try come hell or high water. And I know I'm skirting around it because I'm nervous because it's fucking silly. But I was sitting there on that deck and I was looking out there. Something was just telling me, well, the night before, I cut a path by it. I didn't think anything about it. And then I'm sitting there today, and I got neighbors, and I don't know what they like to do over there. And I don't know them well, and I'm not a personable dude. I mean, I am, but I'm not. And I try to let everyone know that I'm, I don't know. I try to leave everybody alone, but on the same hand, I try to be friendly. And that tree's a cool spot, and I don't know really where it lays, and I don't really care. Doesn't matter at this point, What matters is like what happened during, because I'm sitting there, and the what do you call it? It's not greedy. It's the fucking stingy. The stingy guy in me. It's like, I'm not going to go cut. I don't want to cut them. I'll cut for me, but I ain't going to cut for them. That's first. Then I'm like, that's not really cool. And I've been cutting it, a little bit, like keeping their paths, but I don't see nobody and I don't know nothing that's going on over there, so it makes me weird out. I'm like, all right, I'll make them a path. And I thought it'd be a really cool idea because no matter what, they got their little kids and stuff. They might be able to play and then play around that tree. And I was like, later on, my wife will probably have a garden up there. So that area is good usable space because the one thing that I have trouble with out here is figuring out what to do with all this fucking grass. There's a lot of grass and it grows all the time. And I don't mind it. But it's a lot of cutting. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out my best plan of attack. So I thought that tree would be a good attack. Be, just a spot. It looks like a nice spot. The tree just stood out to me. So I went over there. And dude, I start mowing around it. And I notice that this is a big tree. The pictures may not do it justice. I know how big that fucker is and how old that is. And dude, I stopped and I'm going around this tree with the bush hog and I look at it and there's this fucking crack down the middle. And I was like, oh my God, it's fucking dead, Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't even want to know. But it wasn't. That's an old ass tree. 2 trees, like lover trees that grew straight up together for all these years. And the branches just fucking come over and it makes a perfect canopy for like reading and shit, which is weird because I like to read. I hate reading by myself, but it looks like this is a suitable place to read a book after I've done all this. So I think that was my intention. I'm gonna read the book up there. What is that book? Dude, this book has had an adventure today. I'm on that Merlin, okay? Remember, I'm doing that one by myself. I hate reading. So, yeah, I stopped and I was like, Jesus, because I got flooded with this fucking generational. Like, how long? It's got to be at least 100 years old. Maybe 60, 70 years. Did someone plan it like that? And the land's been, split or whatever. It was just... But it's funny because it's 2 different families. And I'm doing something that kind of incorporates both. And it's like a sign of fucking being generous. But it's also like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate all this. I wish I did. It was just a beautiful moment. And with my our anniversary coming. I was like, dude, this is beautiful. I'm gonna fucking cut that. And then I got this story from my wife to tell her about because they look like lover trees, and they're not sickly. They're fucking healthy, stout trees. So I'm like, they're not going nowhere. And so it's cool because I've always said I'm like a steward out here, and I'm stewarding these fucking trees, which is cool. I mean, yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, sorry, it's quiet out here, and I had to turn that fan on just so that it's not quiet. So yeah. So I spent the afternoon cutting around there, just half-assedly, just to get in there, and then I came back and I had to tell Jay about that one. I just did, because when it hit, it was incredibly profound. I believe that was one of the most profound experiences I've had with a fucking, just doesn't even mean anything, though. That's what's so stupid about this whole thing. It doesn't mean anything to anybody unless you caught it. But I caught it. And I pulled it in from wherever the fuck you pull that shit in from. And yeah, and it was just like, wow, it hit. And that doesn't happen to me very much. And so, yeah, the moment I fucking go back and tell Jay about that, I'm all excited. And then, remember, I think I did all that, though, because I needed to read the book. So, I get my book, and I head back over there. And that was beautiful. I'm sitting under there doing all that shit. It's great. And read my book. And after I'm done, the tree, punku tree, we call it punku, that's where I put the chicken when he died. Okay? And I spent the following summer, last summer, cleaning all that out. And and it was bad. Like, you talking about those Jesus thorns and all that shit. Dude, the tree was just covered in vines and death. And I was like, no, I'm gonna clean that up. And so I cleaned it up. Well, now I let the grass grow because I'm fucking lazy. Well, not really. It's just that I didn't know what I wanted to cut. And so I start cutting around it. Well, I make a pass. Dude, this beautiful black snake fucking goes past. And I'm like, dude, it's so beautiful. It's like, look at that fucking serpent. All that shit. I get trimmed around that tree, and I fucking hit it. And I felt so fucking bad. Like, not stupid, like, oh, not dumb, but like, just had this beautiful connection with something. I just don't know how to, I don't know how to run a story. I can't do it. Not on my own. Not without something, What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to share it, and I just don't have the words. Maybe that's why I read so much. I'm trying to find words. Who knows? All I know is it's been fucking beautiful. Like I said, that's the first book. Well, let me finish about the snake, though. I hit the fucking snake. And yeah, I recorded it, after, because it's there, and I get off the tractor. I'm on a big bush hog, and I'm kind of freaked out because I don't know what it is. It could be a copperhead. I'm not sure about snakes. I get a stick and everything, and there was no head. It was just like part of the snake, so I don't even know where I got him. But here's this chunk of a snake in my lap, bleeding all over me. So in the end, I decided to put it where I put Punku, the little chicken that my dog killed out at the house. That's Punku tree with the snake now. So that's going to be like, yeah. I guess that's where I'll put my dead things, because I don't know where else to put them. But, yeah. Yeah, I went from so high to so just smack back, and there ain't nothing you can do, Oh well. Maybe I'll try this again later. Maybe I'll never try it again. It was a neat story, though. It was real neat when it happened. Trying to tell it, I can't do it. I can't weave it the way it hit. I wish I could. Maybe I'll try again later. fuck am I doing? Where's the... Just give me a second. I don't know how to shut this off. I'll go back out there. I told you I'm not going back off this porch, though. Because after the death, after all this... This is over the course of like 3 or 4 hours. In the heat. I'm done. I'm not going back out. No. I'm gonna figure out... I can't find the shut off. That's what I'm looking for. So I think it's over here. I might be back. I don't know.